We're talking to Tom Verducci. He's at the winter baseball meetings in Orlando. All right, tell me about Shohei Ohtani. And I thought he would go to an American League team because he could DH on the days he's not pitching. Explain the whole phenomenon with him and why did he end up with the Angels?
Well, you're right about the DH. I mean, he hasn't played the outfield in about 4 years on any kind of regular basis. So I think even though the agent set out saying, he didn't have specifics in mind, there's no doubt that geography, the West Coast, and being a DH had a lot to do with it. So now you're down to the Mariners and the Angels. For American League West Coast teams, Angels make a lot of sense. They'll use him once a week as a starting pitcher. They'll use him 3 times a week as a DH. So Albert Pujols is either going to have to sit or play some more first base, which he hasn't done the last 2 years. But Ohtani can be an all-star as a hitter or as a pitcher. I don't think he can be an all-star doing both. I think he'll be an impact starting pitcher right away. But making the transition as a hitter and really a part-time hitter, it's going to be extremely difficult for him, just in terms of the physical recovery aspect of pitching. But I do think, Dan, everybody was on board with this guy in terms of makeup, athleticism, talent. I compare him to Jacob DeGrom on the mound. I think he's going to be that good that quickly. Yeah. Whether he hits, I think in time he will hit, but there's definitely a bigger upside on the mound.
Why the Angels?
Well, I mean, listen, the Angels haven't won a playoff game in 8 years. They have one of the worst farm systems in baseball. So it's not as if he sat down and said which team is going to be good for the next 6 years, because he's bound to the team that he signed with for 6 years. I think it was because he did prefer the West Coast. There's no doubt about that. And he did want a DH. And, listen, Mike Trout got on the phone and they FaceTimed during the meeting. But, Buster Posey was in the room for the Giants, right there in the room with Ohtani. Everybody was, they made videos of star players saying, we want you. He said he felt a connection to the Angels. I think it was because it's Southern California and it's the ability to DH. A National League team to me just did not make any sense.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.